All right, you BC314 guys, listen up. Yesterday's adventure was to get these plates off. All right, and the reason I take those plates off was I had to be able to visually follow the shaft that goes through the wafer switches for the band switch, and I found that by undoing the detent, I was able to get this to move. I was able to get this to do this. So, and it was very tough. Now it moves nice and smooth. And once I was able to get it moved, I was able to put oil. Then this detent, this is the third time I'm doing this video. Here's the spring I told you. This spring is down in here. And then there's a plunger that you adjust, a threaded plunger. You put that in it, tighten it down, and get it so the bottom, it's like a ball bearing. It's half of a ball. It floats on a cam. And you tighten it up so the detent works, feels good, and then you tighten down this outer nut while holding this slotted plunger, and then double check it. Now, after I was able to move it back and forth, I went down and using a popsicle stick, I put some super lube. You can use any grease. I greased the cam. There's a cam there with 4 positions on it, four gullies, and I put the super lube on that. Put the detent back, and now everything works fine. Right? I just took it apart now just to show you. That's the gist of this video, is to show you the detent, and just in case you have a problem. And the longer these radios sit, the drier the grease becomes. And the grease actually becomes like cement. So you have to soften it up, possibly with super lube. You know, people say you dig it off or you spray it with WD-40. Yes, that will work. You'll make a mess, but that will work. And that's what most people would have troubleshot this. They would have just sprayed everything and forced that knob back and forth. I approach things differently because I am the guy that had to fix what other people screwed up. And I'm tired of it. I look back on my life and I'm like, someone did a half-assed job. It didn't hold up, and then the boss makes me go over there and fix it the right way. And then the guy who screwed it up hates me. Right? That's my life. But my goal with my videos is to show you what the other guys don't show you. That's it. When I look at their videos, and they sit in a chair, and they turn the knobs, and they tell you about the radio used during World War II, and they tell you all the model numbers. I'm not that good at it. I know this is a BC314D, and there might be other models. Now, this model does long wave and AM, and it only does AM up to 1500. It doesn't do the new band. And I didn't realize that this thing is basically long wave and AM broadcast. I'm not happy. This thing, when I get it working, will go sit in a pile with the rest of the other clunkers. This is a clunker. I bought it just to stay busy. And it was new old stock. It's in very good condition. It might have been stored near a smoker. There is some infiltration of something. This could be nicotine up in here. But I've seen cleaner looking radios on other websites than this one. So this might be just someone that opened this up, maybe left it open for years and never worked on it. Or there might be something really bad with this, besides the band switch and the tuning being froze. You know, but that's what the guy did on eBay. He knew what he was selling me. See, what they do is they check over these radios and they clean them up. They put them for sale. And this one was cheap. It didn't mention, it's no returns. The guys, they're geniuses. The guys that sell these things. And this thing here is moldy smelling. We've been in a drought here. I mowed the lawn yesterday, or put the leaf attachment on, and I breathed that in, breathing this radio, and leaning over, the vertigo kicked in. I had vertigo a little bit yesterday. And so today, what am I going to do today? Today I'm going to take it easy. You know, this is, I think, video number 4. And this is the 3rd time I'm doing the video, because I got to the point where I try to tell you that that cam down in there, you have to put some grease on that, because there is a ball down at the bottom, a ball-shaped unit that follows that cam to find each detent for each band. And I forgot to tell you to put grease on that. The whole video is all about this plunger and this detent. And when you undo the detent, you might be able to wiggle the unit, and then your grease or your oil will work its way in. See, this was totally froze up. So by taking the detent out, I was able to get it to go back and forth about 1/8 of an inch. And then I know the oil's going to get in there. So I put my fine oil, you can put penetrating oil, and I used that. I showed you that unit, you know, that precision oiler. That's what it looks like. Now here's what it looks like on the end. All right, see that tip? If you hit the plunger on the back, 1 drop of oil it's at the end. There's only 1 drop. So now you go like that. And then it goes from there to whatever you're trying to lube. See, push it, 1 drop. Now we put it on those ball bearings, if you can see that. And it's very precision. Now, other people will just spray WD-40 in this. And that does work. You work it back and forth. 6 months later, you pull it out, and WD-40 is not a lubricant. Go read up on it. And the thing will be right back to the same problem. Those are the problems I had to keep fixing at work. We had guys that would do half-ass work, and then the boss would he would bribe me with a 2-pound bag of Hershey Kisses. And he'd give me his, you go over there and fix that problem, I'll give you this chocolate. And I would do it. And then the guy, I would come over, he'd see me coming, he'd have hated me, and he would be complaining to me. It would always be something real simple. First day, first week, first day ship. And there were people that went into electronics just as a job. They didn't go into it because they wanted to learn it or to stay with it. They just do it as a job. And they never get any good at it. And they can have problems that a good guy encounters the first week. And I won't go into that anymore. But in other words, this video is showing you something I guarantee you nobody else is showing you. Okay, that's me. You can go watch their videos and see some of the stuff they do. You know, to get the deox out, I think is it D5? And they spray everything, and then you do the follow-up. Read the conferences. The guy had a band switch that was froze, and he managed to break one of the wafer switches. That's it for that radio. That guy ain't ever going to redo it. And that, what I learned, I can tell you, the shaft for the wafer switches floats in those wafer switches. There isn't I don't see any bushing, and it floats through 3 here, and then into the oscillator. It's floating. And then there's a gear down here that's in there. There's a bushing right here. Real nice bearing in there. You see all those little balls. I don't know if you can see the balls, but that's where it pivots there, rotates from that point, and then the arms of the wafer switch shaft are floating on either side. They're floating on this side for the oscillator, and in here. I had to take these covers off in order to know that. So I get, by process of elimination, I realized my problem was right here. And like I said, anybody else would just sprayed everything down with WD-40. I think that's it. All right, that's it.